Hello and welcome. Today we are taking this old Windows 8 era Dell and we are going to take it apart and pull the data off of it. And then once we have a backup of the data, we're going to attempt to repair it, but I don't have a lot of hope. They apparently spilled hot tea with honey all over it to where it was seeping out of the bottom. So we're going to take our trusty iFixit kit, take it apart, and see what we can do. We're gonna pop out this battery. Oh, battery's sticky too. Alright, throw that to the side. And see what kind of damage we got. Supposed to pop up when you remove those screws, unless this is the version that you gotta take the keyboard out first. If so, I'm gonna double check that before it becomes a problem. If I remember correctly, these screws are the ones that take the keyboard off. You pop the keyboard off and then you can take these screws off and go about your business. Could be wrong. It's been a while since I've pumped open one of these Dells. Let's see. That was my bad for assuming. Alright, it had 1 4 GB sort of memory slot, or memory stick in there, and here is our hard drive. There's 2 mounting screws right here and here that I almost missed. Seem to be any liquid damage on the actual hard drive, thank God. No, you push in that way and pull it out. There we go. And it looks like those contacts might be good. All right, we're going to be more delicate with that. All right, we got the most important part done. We've got the hard drive out of there, so we can start ripping the data and making a backup copy for the. They said that was the most important part. Nothing else mattered, and that the laptop working afterwards would be a bonus if I can bring it back from the dead after death by hot tea. I'm going to go out on a limb and say I doubt it's going to be recoverable with my skill set, because every time I've dealt with water damage, bar one time, it's been something that needed to be replaced on the component level, which is beyond my skill set. So we're going to get the data off for her, the really easy data recovery, and then we're going to attempt to get her laptop working, but it's no real great loss, and it's also Windows 8. She might just be looking for an excuse to get a brand new one. God knows I would at that point. Again, we're going to use our Sabrent drive bay. It's just simple slide in, and it's a pretty useful USB device that I really like to use for really simple projects like this. So we're just going to slot it in. Let it do its magic once the computer's finished booting up. Oh, this is the part I like the least about anything to do with hard drives, especially trying to back up an entire person's hard drive. This is folder 1 of 4, and it's going to be here for a minute. I really like SSDs. But the good news is the files were recoverable, so we are currently downloading them, or side loading them. Final transfer onto the USB drive. I really like these a whole lot less than SSDs or HDDs, but it's what asked for. Heads up, I noticed as I was editing that there's a scene that should have been here that's not. It's corrupted, and it was basically the part where I tried to get it to boot. It didn't boot, and instead of spending more time trying to get it to boot, the person who owns this laptop told me not to bother. They're just worried about the data, and they're going to buy a new one. So there's that. It's actually pretty funny watching me trying to make it work, but I can't get it to work on the editor. So it's probably something I did wrong. I'm not very good at the whole editing thing. It's why I'm looking for somebody to either do it, or am going to need to watch a lot more tutorials. So sorry about that. Alright, and we're going to send this to an e-waste recycler that I deal with, and we're going to call that a job well done. They're fine with just having the data, because that's all they were really worried about. And I honestly think they wanted an excuse to buy a new laptop. After all, this is Windows 8. So, you guys have a good one, and take care.